guys, welcome back to my channel. So here this week I'm going to be doing my 24-week pregnancy update. To begin, it's about to start thundering outside, so if the light changes drastically, that's probably why. I hope I can film this before a thunderstorm breaks out. We'll see. I also just have a few minutes before I'm actually going to be talking to my brother on WhatsApp, but we'll see if I can finish this video or if I'll have to come back later. But anyway, to begin with my overall symptoms and notes for the week. Again, this week, the overarching theme was tiredness. Like, I just seem to be so tired all the time. I really haven't been exercising at all like this week. It's now Wednesday, and so since Sunday I haven't. Monday I didn't because I had my blood test, but I don't know if I'm like more tired because I'm not exercising but I don't think that's it, but I know that exercise like typically gives you energy, and I can't face it this week. I don't know. So basically, for like some individual days, so last Wednesday when I turned over to 24 weeks, that day I started to get kind of nervous actually around the evening, because the baby, I had felt her move at like 5 a.m. and she seems to be a 5 a.m. baby, and I really didn't feel her like the rest of the day. And I got nervous. Now, I was also busy that day. I mean, I was doing groceries and I really didn't take time to sit down. But it started to kind of get to me that night when I went to sleep. Like, I honestly slept so horribly. Like, I woke up every hour until 5 in the morning when I finally felt her move and like kick me. Give me like a few good kicks at 5 a.m. And then after that, I was finally able to like fall asleep. But until that point, I was just like really, really worried. Oh, I think I've got to close my windows. 1 second, it's pouring rain. Okay, I'm back. So hopefully there's no like loud bangs from thunder. Anyway, so that was very nerve-wracking. And so obviously I woke up like exhausted because I really slept very poorly. I seem to generally be waking up exhausted now. It was very thirsty that day. I had insomnia that night, obviously, because of what I said before. And then also I was going to the bathroom a lot because every time I woke up, practically, I was like, oh, well, I might as well go to the bathroom. 24 weeks and 2 days. I was feeling really motivated. I was like really grateful because my husband's cousin has offered to give us some of her baby that's almost 2 months old. It's clothes, and so that helped a lot. And she has a daughter too. So she has 2 daughters actually, but this one is like, just 2 months old. So that helps a ton. And that morning I felt nauseous after exercise actually, which was weird because I had like done exercise an hour after I ate breakfast. And I don't understand why. I don't know, the hanging upside down was getting to me, I guess. Anyway, I had shortness of breath when going up and down stairs that day. And like I usually feel that, but like that day it felt like it was just more. And I was, as I said, I was like feeling really motivated. Like I did a deep dusting, like the kind of dusting that you do like for spring cleaning, let's say, like once a year. I dust like way more often than that normally. Like the kind of dusting where it was deep clean baseboards and stuff. So did that, Windex the windows. Obviously, it wasn't actually Windex because that specific brand doesn't exist here, but I always just say that. And I was just so tired after, like I was like, okay, I'm done, nothing else. And I was very thirsty. So then on 24 weeks and 3 days, it was Saturday that day, and I got a bit of a headache. after lunch because I was just so tired. So I laid down for, I think it was like 40 minutes, and I meditated. I don't really meditate that well, but like I try. And then I kind of closed my eyes for a bit, and then I felt better. And then 24 weeks and 5 days was my glucose test day this past Monday. And that day, like the morning was really bad, honestly, because as soon I had to be at the hospital at 7 at the window, like checking in. And so at 6:40, when I go to turn on my car, and it wouldn't turn on. My car battery had died. Fantastic. So here I was frantic because they say there's like this window. They say there's like a window between 7 and 7:15 where you can come in, and if you miss that, then like too bad, you have to come back another day. And so I was all in a frantic panic, and my husband, I had to go wake him up, and he said that he figured that my car had a problem because he could hear something going on, because like I was turning it on like below our bedroom window. And so he gave me his keys and then said, do you want me to take it out of the garage? I said, oh no, like it's just you in there, not your mom's car, it should be fine. But it's very narrow between there and the fence, and I was very frustrated, very nervous already, like all, and so I couldn't do it. Like I kind of did, and I didn't even have like the presence of mind to go, you have the whole garage in front of you to like go back in and reverse better if you need, and I couldn't do it. I'm like, I'm gonna hit the fence. And I ran upstairs, and I got my husband to come out and move the car. And then I drove down to the hospital in his car, and it was like different for me because now I'm used to driving, manual, like, and so automatic. But it was fine. But I actually, at that point, I was like calm. He's like, calm down. Like, don't get in a panic, and then you're going to like hit something. Like, just calm. So I was like, okay, you know what? At this point, I was like, whatever. If they take me, good. If not, whatever. I'll come back another day. Because at that point I knew I was late already for my appointment. So I was like, whatever. Like 7:06 was my time. I'm not going to be there. Like, who cares? So I got there, and they did take me in, no problem. Like, well, I just told the people at the front entry where they like take your temperature and give you the hand sanitizer, like, okay, what do you have to do? When's your appointment? And I was like, I'm already late for it. And they're like, okay, go. And I just told the people at the desk, basically, that I said, look, I had car problems this morning, but I was still like in time. I was not that late. No problem. They took me in and drew my blood. And I guess in Italy, they automatically do the like 3-hour curve. So they take your blood right away, and then you have to sit there and take your drink of like syrup, and that was disgusting. It was orange lemon flavor. I really didn't think I would throw up. Unfortunately, I did. Like, to cut to the chase short, I didn't last very long either. Like, they don't really have a time limit to drink it. They say like, because I had heard always like 5 minutes. And so I said, okay, does it have to be like within 5 minutes? Or like, no, I mean like drink it. But because like 2 hours is a long time to go, but not because you have to drink it within like 5 minutes. So I tried not to go like too quickly that I would make myself sick, because I heard that's one thing you could do, but I didn't want to go too slow either, because then that would like make this stuff sit there longer. Anyway, I'm going to come back and continue filming this in like an hour or so, because now my brother is ready to chat. So I will see you in a moment. Okay, I'm back about an hour or so later from before. I can't exactly remember precisely where I left off, but I will try to somewhat make it make sense. we've still got a bit of our storm going on. So luckily the thunder seems to have stopped. So anyway, I think where I left was when I had drank the bottle and the flavor. And so I was feeling sick about halfway through drinking the bottle. I started to get like hot and sweaty. And I went, oh no. And the nurse who had taken my blood, he said, if you end up throwing up, you have to let us know because your exam becomes canceled, right? Void. And so I hadn't even really thought that I would throw up, honestly, like at that test. Like it was never really something that entered my mind. Unfortunately, I did. 25 minutes after, like I said before, right? And I had sat outside and I was trying to think about other things to get my mind off of it, because you can't even like drink anything, right? And I couldn't get this taste from my mouth. Like I couldn't even have a mint. My husband later said, maybe next time, like go and rinse off, just put some water in your mouth and like, just to get it out, right? So unfortunately, I had to go and say, look, I've thrown it up. So they said, okay, don't worry, like it happened to me too, the lady said, and she tried to do it. So basically I was disappointed that day. And so, since then I've been trying to contact my doctor to see if I'm able to get like the piece of paper that they give us that allows me to book it again. But her phone's been down this week. I don't know why. Also, my mother-in-law said she hasn't been able to contact her either. She's got something going on with, I guess, the phone. So I'm still kind of trying to figure out how to do that again. And I've had a couple friends say that, look, it's not even really necessary. Like, not all the doctors will make you even do it. Maybe they'll make you do it again, maybe not. In the meantime, I'm under the assumption that I need to do it again until I hear differently, right? So trying to figure that out. I tried to make myself like have a better day, but like that morning it was just all going wrong. Like I had gone out and I had other errands to do and like they weren't going right either. I wasn't able to find the things that I needed and it was not a good morning. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to make my day better this afternoon. Called a friend, I made some muffins, and then my day ended better, but the beginning of the day was not very good. And then probably from the result of the test, because it's so sugary, I was like really thirsty that day, hungry, and tired. Tired, what else to do? So, and then I guess yesterday was the 24 weeks and 6 days, and honestly that day, it's pretty good, honestly. The only thing was that since we picked up the baby's crib this Monday from my husband's aunt, she had offered us like a bumper and a pillow and like a, not really the mattress cover, but some kind of duvet. And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, thank you. But I thought that like you weren't supposed to use that with newborns, because she'd had it, I guess, for her granddaughter who's now 11, and I was just feeling really doubtful. And I had kind of organized, she's like, oh, we can go like find some fabric so you can I can make it for you, because she was a seamstress in her career. And I was doing research last night because I was just like, I swear, like I'm not supposed to use any of this stuff, like with a newborn. And in fact, lo and behold, like, yeah, it's not at all recommended. And I got really freaked out. And like, I texted my cousin and I texted my parents, and I'm like, was talking to my husband, and I'm like, I don't think they were supposed to use this stuff. And I was like really upset, because then I didn't know what to do, because I was like, well, now great, now I have to phone her and be like, look, I don't need it yet. Maybe in the future when she's like 1.5 years old. And my husband had said, well, to be honest, you can probably still go with her, make it, because she probably wants to get it off of her hands in case she loses it again. But then we'll put it away. We won't use it for like 1.5 years. And I asked my friend also, one of my friends here also this morning, and I because she's got 2 kids, and one of them's a newborn right now, and the other's like 2 years old. And I said, what do you do with your kids? What did you do with your oldest? And she said, oh yeah, all that stuff, like not until they're older, right? Like she said, especially like the bumper, like it's more for my son's age, who's like 2, when they start to like roll all over the crib and like hit their head and stuff. But she's like, before then, like don't use it. And she said, don't worry, the newborns, she's like, will stay in place wherever you put them down, you lie them flat. And she's like, they won't move. So I guess we'll do that. So basically my cousin had said all we really need is like the sheet to cover the mattress, and that's it. So for the next year and a half, we're good. And put the sleepers and sleeping sack when they get a bit older. And just because I got really freaked out, like I was like crying for like half an hour because, I want to do everything safe. And I was like really concerned that all this stuff was like dangerous. And I'm like, now what am I going to do? And so I'm just gonna let her make it and then stick it in the closet for when we'll use it, basically. So, okay, fine. And I guess that's how things will go. So, okay, it is time for the bump shot. Okay, so here we are. Now it's really starting to show a lot better. And of course I've got my maternity jeans on. All right, so that's it for this week. Subscribe if you want to follow this pregnancy journey of mine and any other videos that will be coming up soon as we start to get the nursery together and gather more things for the baby. And give the video a like if you haven't already. See you next week. Bye.